Greetings and salutations, my friends, and welcome to a new vlog. I feel like I haven't vlogged in forever, and that's kind of half true. I took a week-long break at the start of June, and then I came back to work, was super excited about all of the vlogs that I had lined up to film, and then immediately got a throat infection as I got back into work, so I was voiceless for a week. Were you silent or were you silenced? And I was indeed silenced. It was not a great time. Now that we've got the voice back, I thought this was probably the best way to get a vlog out before the month is over, so I am here with a productive days in the life vlog. I'm going to take you with me over the course of the next couple of days. Today in itself is going to be a very interesting day because we're going to start out with some potential book shopping. And I always say potential here in Panama because I never really know if I'm going to find something that is new or something that I don't already own, but I did get some whispers. I received a call, really, nothing that fancy, but I did get a call from one of my favorite bookstores where they basically told me that they got some new stock and that I could swing by, that the displays are looking pretty, and there may be something I can take back home with me. So we are going to head on over there, see if we can find something. Then we're going to come back because we have got Patreon sprints, and then I'm gonna update you with my current read as well as maybe the things that I got if I do end up getting anything, and then coffee will ensue because we need coffee. I currently don't have any gas in my building because they're doing the necessary checks with the gas for gas leaks and any repairs that need to get done, so I am gasless for, they said allegedly a month, but we already know that it's going to be more because they did find plenty of leaks that need to be fixed, which is kind of scary, but thankfully they were caught right on time. And so I need to head on over to my mother's this afternoon to actually do my laundry. I feel like a kid at college. I need to go to my mother's house to do laundry. I need to head on over there for that. I tried to go to the gym this morning, but it was full and all of the equipment that I needed was being used. So while I do my laundry over at my mom's, I also will do my daily workout over there because during the pandemic, she actually built, well, I say built, it's really not that fancy. She just got a bunch of gym equipment because we couldn't go to our building's gym, and she's got a bunch of weights and mats and things that I definitely need to use today for my routine. So I will be working out over there, and that's the schedule for today. Today is also Wednesday, which means that it is an upload day, and I need to reply to YouTube comments. So there is a lot to do over the course of this day. We'll see what happens. I'll take you guys with me throughout all of it. Don't know exactly how many days this will be. It could be 2, it could be 3. You'll find out at the time that I do, and let us get right into it. Let us go book shopping, friends. Very exciting stuff.
Your tongue somewhere, don't know what to say. Stop and run around, oh you act like a kid. I am not your mama, just admit what you did. I got enough to do, then hang around and wait for you to grow up and be responsible. It's my heart, so I hold you accountable, accountable. So grow up. It's cheating season for God knows reason. Stop making up excuses when I simply don't care. Why don't you just move on? We ain't going nowhere.
We came back with secured books! We are back, friends. Hi, welcome. I have started Patreon Sprint and I desperately need a coffee. I feel like I am not nearly awake enough for this. I did secure some books today at the bookstore and I'm super excited about these. So let us get into it. I was actually pretty surprised primarily at the price of the books because they are pretty much the same price as in the States. So like their original price. So not bad at all because typically what I've observed in the past is that book prices here in Panama are outrageous. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was the original price that is stated at the back of the book, if not a little bit cheaper. So very, very nice. Not bad at all. I took 4 books home with me. Did not think I'd be taking that many, but I think that was a great start to this little vlog. First thing that I found that I was not expecting to find here in Panama were Sleeping Girls Lie by Faridah, àbíké-íyímídé. Listen, this was the most pleasant surprise because this book is new. We typically don't get a lot of newer releases. We typically have to wait a few months for them to get here, but this was the only copy available and and it was in paperback, and it's super floppy too, which is so nice because typically these books release in hardcover first. So you guys know, if you've been in my channel for a while, I absolutely loved Ace of Spades when it came out, and I've been awaiting this release. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and I'm thinking of doing a little anticipated releases vlog, so this is actually quite perfect for it. We follow our main character, Shadeh Hussein, who enters a new prestigious high school, and when she gets there on her very first night, her roommate goes missing, and everybody starts suspecting her because she's the roommate. Naturally, we'll suspect her, although I bet there's more to it than just that. And then the most elite group of friends start taking a little bit of interest in her. She befriends them, then a dead body turns up, so it makes things even more complicated on top of the disappearance. I don't know if the roommate turns up dead or if it's somebody else, but there is that element to the book, and I'm just happy about the floppiness of this paperback and the fact that it's paperback because listen, now that a girl's been diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome, some things are best to be laid out like this, where it's no weight at all instead of a heavy hardcover. So this is nice. I like this quite a lot. This was probably the best find out of all of these, but I found more. Next up, we have got a graphic novel, and this is The Witch Boy. I didn't realize when I was in store, and I kept thinking about it when I was in the Uber on the way back home. I was like, where do I know this author from? Where do I know this author from? And then when I walked into the office, I realized this is the same author as The Girl from the Sea, which I really enjoyed. It's a sapphic graphic novel. It was super wholesome, and The Witch Boy is actually a graphic novel series, so if I do like the first one, I will carry on with the series because I do love me a good serialized graphic novel manga manhwa moment. And in this one, we follow Aster, whose entire family is born with abilities, with magic specifically, but they have very clear rules. Girls are witches and boys are shapeshifters. However, he observes the girls very closely, and he feels so much closer to the magic end of things than the shapeshifting side of things. And because of it, it seems like he needs to keep this very secret from his family, and the only person he can trust is a non-magical foal. However, things get a little bit complicated once one of the shapeshifting boys in practice actually goes missing, and then he'll have to figure out where exactly this boy has gone and attempt to find him, and I bet that'll bring probably loads of tension with the family once they find out about the witchy prowess that Aster has got. And so it sounds really, really good, and again, I love me a good graphic novel. These are perfect for readathons, or when I'm feeling slightly slumpy, or when I want a little bit of a break in between bigger books or heavier books. So this is quite good, and again, I didn't realize that it was the same author as The Girl from the Sea up until I got home, and now the illustration style makes a lot of sense. So very excited about this one too. Then we have got Never Ever Getting Back Together, which I'd never heard prior to going to the bookstore, but it did kind of remind me of a line of thought that I've had a lot when watching reality TV, particularly love-based competition shows, specifically now with Perfect Match back on air, though it's not on air because it's on Netflix, but you know what I mean? Especially with shows like Too Hot to Handle and Love is Blind and Perfect Match, everything seems to be so straight and heteronormative that it does make me wonder time and time again how many of these TV personalities are queer, if any of them are bi or pan, or if they ever feel that there is more of a connection with somebody from their same gender, their same sex, or presenting in their same way. And specifically in this season of Perfect Match, there's been a little bit of that thrown in there, which again, I've always wondered. And so when I read the synopsis for this, I was like, I have to get this because it's the very thing I've been thinking about for so long. We have got our two main characters, Maya and Sky, who both dated the same guy. However, now as their ex, his sister ended up marrying into royalty, and he's now a super big playboy. Everybody wants to be with him, and they think it is a great PR move to basically make a reality competition where they bring a bunch of his exes into said competition to see who will ultimately win his heart. However, Maya and Sky want absolutely nothing to do with him given past events, and they realize as the book progresses that they are more into each other than they are into him. And I know this specific scenario has happened in one of the Bachelor franchises. I can't remember which one exactly. I'm pretty sure it was Bachelor Thailand. And again, it's been in the back of my brain of like, why does this not happen more often? And it probably does, we just never hear of it. So I thought the concept of the book was quite cool and quite different to what I typically see. So I just had to get it because I feel like I'll end up loving it. And last but not least, we have got If Only You by Chloe. I don't know if it's liese or liese or les. Many different ways I could pronounce this with my wicked brain, honestly, because it does run overtime sometimes with things that don't even make sense. But this is a sports romance, and what I really loved about this one is that it is a sports romance with neurodivergent and chronic condition or chronic illness rep, and I don't think I've ever seen that. And as as a person who is both things, not a sports person, but that I am chronically ill and I'm also neurodivergent, I definitely want to see what this book has got to offer. And so we follow our main character Ziggy, who is continuously underestimated by everybody in her life. She is the youngest soccer player in the national team and she is the baby of the family, so everybody kind of babies her because of it, and she thinks that it's high time to make that nice girl persona and reputation end for good, and she figures that the only way to do that is to date her brother's best friend. And so then on the flip side, on Seb's end, the love interest, he feels like his career is tanking right now. He is a hockey player, and from sponsorships to performance to the overall media perception of him, everybody perceives him to be like the worst person ever, but he's down to fake that he's nice with Ziggy just for the sake of his career, and things go from there. There's an unlikely friendship that then blossoms into a relationship, and again, there's neurodivergency and chronic illness in the midst of it, and I can't wait to see how the author navigates all of these different things. I love that I said we were gonna make coffee right away, but I just noticed that the timer has got 4 minutes left, so I will give you a quick little rundown on what I'm currently reading, which is Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the third book in the Addicted series, and I recently found out that the reading order for this, because I already knew it was supposed to go one series then the other series, but I didn't know what the order would be, so I found out it's the first 3 Addicted books, then Kiss the Sky, then Hot House Flower, then we go back to the Addicted series and we finish 2 books, so Thrive and Addicted After All, if I'm not mistaken, and then we go back into the other 2 Calloway Sisters books, which I can't remember the names of right now, and then we jump into Some Kind of Perfect, which is the epilogue book, so this is book 3 of the Addicted series. I still have got a long ways to go, friends, but you may already know because I talk about the series quite a bit. We follow the story of Lily and Lo, who are childhood best friends, both addicts in their own right, and in order to disguise their addictions from their family, they decide to fake date for the longest time in order to keep their addictions hidden from their family by spending extra time with each other and kind of isolating from the world, and that in turn lends itself to a lot of enabling and toxicity between the two of them that the rest of the world is not privy to because they are very private people. And so over the course of the last 3 books, we have followed them in different dynamics. In book 1, they decide to date for the very first time because they realize that both of them have got feelings for the other, whilst in book 2, we follow them as Lo goes to rehab and Lily works independently with her own addiction in order to get better. And this is all done in the hopes of being better people, not only for themselves, but also for each other as their partners, because they kind of already know that there is nobody else for them except each other. And now in this third book, we see them reunite and really work on their addictions together and fight off temptations and carry out everyday life. There is also the threat of somebody exposing Lily's addictions to the world. We don't know yet who that is, and I obviously won't be disclosing because that is a spoiler, but overall, this book so far has focused on the two of them meeting after months apart and realizing that they're not doing as okay as they thought they were. There are still bits and pieces of growth throughout these past couple of books, and now that they are together, I think Lily's doing a lot better, whilst Lo is experiencing loads of mental pitfalls that want to take him right back to that bad habit, but seeing them in a spot where they can be kind and nice and nurturing with each other instead of being enabling, toxic, and constantly fighting and being very passive aggressive is absolutely incredible. I really just want to see these characters get to a spot where they are happy and where they feel content with where life is at. And I think what I really appreciate about this third book is these not even small mentions, but the way that they navigate the healing from an addiction or from a condition that hinders everyday life. Because a lot of the time you do have to talk about the ecosystem and how everything kind of relates to each other. So it's not only about your psyche as the person undergoing the healing, but it's everything. How your household goes down. Do you live with people? Do you live by yourself? Do you go to support groups and therapy? Do you not do that? Are you eating well? Are you not eating well? Are you exercising? Are you finding other things to find that catharsis instead of relying solely on this bad habit that you've developed through time? And I love that the book is kind of observing all of that, and this feels far more complete, I think, where we observe not only them as a couple, but everything around them, instead of other books where the first one is very much isolated to the two of them, the second one is very much about them being apart and Lily relating to her family and seeing how that dynamic looks like, and now finally everything kind of emulsifying together into a single story, which I am quite enjoying. So far it's a hit. I am currently 176 pages into it, so so the hope is to get at least halfway through today. We'll see how that goes, and I will keep you guys updated. But I need to tend to that because I am 2 minutes overdue with the break, but it's gonna be fine. And then we'll make a coffee together, so it should be good. We have got a pause and double pause because I want to do a little unboxing with you and also give a massive shout out to the sponsor of this section of today's vlog, which is FabFitFun. I recently got my summer FabFitFun box and I want to unbox it with you today and talk a little bit more about FabFitFun in case you guys are not familiar with who they are and what they do. So you may or may not be familiar, but FabFitFun is a lifestyle subscription that features 6 different products on a seasonal basis from all of the top brands, from beauty to fashion to wellness to the home to fitness and so many other categories. And what's so cool is that you get to choose the products that you get on every single one of your seasonal boxes to make sure that the products you are getting are the most useful to you in your lifestyle, so that you don't get those filler products that you know you're not going to end up using. Because this box is catered towards the summer season, I made sure to get things that would zhuzh up the home but also give myself a little bit of pamper time, so you'll see that we have a little bit of everything in here. The experience opening the box is always amazing. The boxes are stunning and every single one of the boxes is valued up to $350, so that you're making sure that you're getting the best value you can based on what you're paying. For example, things I got in my box are some hair products from Amika. I absolutely love this brand. I feel that it treats my hair super gently, and when I saw that this was featured in their summer box, I knew I had to do it. So we have got the Smooth Over Frizz Fighting Treatment, and I don't know that you guys have been able to tell maybe in past videos, but my hair is super frizzy. Not right now, maybe because I did blow dry the front ends of it to look a little bit more presentable for you, but I definitely love using treatments and deep conditioners and stuff that will really make that face kind of level down because it can be quite overwhelming. And I also got the Mirror Ball High Shine Protect Antioxidant Shampoo and Conditioner. I love switching out my hair products every 3 months. You guys know that's what's recommended, so that the hair doesn't get used to a product and then it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And so I love trying out new things and figuring out what works for my hair. These 2 products alone are $52, which is very near to the price of the box. You guys know if I'm not wearing my hair like this these days, I am sleeking it back, honey, especially with going to the gym every day. Sometimes I don't have the time to wash the hair and blow dry it and do all the things, so sometimes sleeking it back is where it's at. And so I got the Insert Your Name Here Sleek Stick. This is really great for all of those flyaways and baby hairs. And you guys know if there's something that bothers this girl, I've talked about it before during live shows, I'm always kind of putting down those baby hairs because it bothers me to see them kind of flying every other way. So this to me is a great little tool to make sure that everything is sitting in its right spot. So of course I had to get this one. You've got a fragrance, guys. This is called Vacation by Vacation. I love smelling good. In fact, maybe a weird little tidbit, but I will always shower before I film, brush my teeth, and actually put on perfume. So a little bit of a crazy routine beforehand. It's not like anybody's smelling me in the moment, but I feel like y'all are in the interwebs, and so I always like to smell good. I absolutely love the fragrance notes for this one. It says that it's got coconut water, bergamot, banana, pineapple, swimsuit lycra. It literally sounds like it smells so good. And look at the bottle. It looks so fancy. I need to spray this real quick because there's nothing like smelling a new fragrance that you've never smelled for the first time. Oh my god, I'm gonna smell so good. Oh, I love that when it first hits, it smells more like coconut, and then the more it sits, that bergamot really comes through. I'm already in love with this. Who would I be if I didn't choose a candle? As soon as I saw that there was a candle, I was like, hell yeah, I need to get it. So let us open this because I also really want to smell this one and see what it smells like. So we have got Cheers to You. This is a citrus and peony blend, and peony smells so good. Oh my god, stop it. Sniff the candle. It literally smells so freaking good. Oh, I have a readathon this weekend, and I just know this will be the candle of choice for then because that will make it all extra cozy when reading. And maybe more of a silly, goofy choice for this one, but I give the cats cat grass and I grow it myself. I got a pot. for the cat grass so that the cats can have a pretty pot with their plant and they can have a great time. This was honestly stunning. It definitely goes with the aesthetic of decoration in my living room, so I thought this was a perfect last choice, and then the cats get a little something too. And with FabFitFun, not only are you getting your seasonal box, but you also get flash sales all around the year from some amazing brands as well, like Summer Fridays and Prada and Glossier, where you may get up to 70% off some items. FabFitFun has got two different kinds of subscriptions, so you can choose the annual version where you pay everything up front, and if you use my code MelanieGift, you will be getting a free gift valued over $200 with your annual membership, which I think is an absolute steal. But they also have their seasonal version, and if you use my code Melanie, you will be getting 20% off your very first seasonal box. I'll be leaving everything linked at the top of the description so you guys can go check them out, and let's get on with the video, with the rest of it. Food is being made right now. We have got a salad incoming, so we have got avocados, we have got cucumber, we have got tomato, lettuce, feta cheese, and red onions, and chicken. Did I mention chicken? Chicken. And now I am going to add a few crispy chickpeas that I made in the air fryer, and then I am going to sit down and eat before I head on over to Mama Reed's house so that I can do my laundry. And I do have a tiny little bit of an update with Addicted for Now, because I did get to page 256, so I'm officially halfway through, which is fantastic, and the book is so good. I am having the best time with it. I think seeing the characters mentally work through what bothers them, what triggers them, and all of these different temptations that seem to arise throughout their everyday living and when they travel, especially as like hyper rich people, it is definitely quite interesting to see how that ecosystem of high society and everything can be pretty detrimental to these characters. And I love seeing their support systems and how they're getting the support that they need, and how they are slowly but surely growing over that fear of vocalizing the way that they feel, because it seems to be a huge thing for them, that they feel like people are not going to understand and that they understand each other better than anybody else, which maybe to an extent is true because they are very used to isolating and not talking to people about this thing, but it's obviously fantastic to be able to talk about this thing with other people other than each other, because I'm sure there are still things that they cannot share with each other that maybe would be easier to talk about with other people. So I quite love seeing them go through this journey of acceptance and growth and everything, and seeing even their relationship get stronger through their healing has also been fantastic, because prior to them obviously being very open about what plagues them, they weren't even able to be that vulnerable with each other. Like, yes, there were things that they would vocalize, but maybe not to the extent that they needed or desired. And so seeing them at this point in time is fantastic. And that's the update on the book so far. They're currently vacationing in Cancun, and it is very, very interesting. I just love rich people drama. Like, their struggles are so different to ours. That I just absolutely love seeing their everyday living, even if it's fictional. So it's a great time so far. I can't wait to keep on going. I'm probably gonna take the book with me when I go over to my mom's. It is, however, 5:47 p.m. so I don't know how much laundry I'm going to be able to get done while I'm over there, just because there is so much laundry to get done that I am a little bit fearful of the time, because I may get done super, super late. But we'll see what happens when we do head on over there. And if push comes to shove and we can only do half of it, then I'll definitely finish the other half tomorrow and call it good. But for now, we sit down and we eat this salad. So let's sit down, watch a little something, and then head over to Mama Reed's house. morning, friends, and welcome to another day. I got home super late yesterday, literally at like 11 p.m. because the laundry took extra long over at my mom's, and then I had to come back, fold the clothes, put everything back, and it just took extra freaking long. Went to bed super late, and now we are here. Good morning, and we are headed to the gym first thing in the morning before we even start with the day or get anything done. And we have sprint at 11 a.m. so we're literally coming back to shower. I need to wash the hair probably when I'm back, and then hop into sprint and sprint all day long. I have plans with my family tonight. We're going to the movie theater, so that is ensuing, but that's ensuing at like 9 p.m. And on the roster is that we need to finish Addicted for now, and then I need to figure out what to start next because I will be sprinting all day long and I definitely want more reading to ensue. I just don't know what that reading will be or what book I'll be starting or which manga volume I'll be reading, so we will figure it out together. I love that Vin is like very on camera. Oh my god. The gym is empty for once. This entire week I've had difficulty actually coming onto the gym because everybody's been here. It's been super full. It's been super crowded, and all of the things that I've needed to use have been used at the time that I've tried to come on. So let us go. I brought my camera today. This is progress, okay? I feel more comfortable sharing more things now. So this is the healing journey. I've talked about it before. If you guys are not familiar, by the way, let me fill you in on all the things. 2021 was when I was officially diagnosed with my binge eating disorder, and I have struggled with disordered eating my entire life based on habits that were taught to me, and it's just a whole thing. And I've been in therapy for a long time and trying to find things that work and the things that don't work and what the triggers are and what to do and not to do. And the past 2 years have been immensely healing, and I've had to unlearn a lot, but I think I am progressively getting to a spot where I feel, you know, the healthiest I have been and the most content with my body that I have felt in a while. And I can proudly say, I don't know that I've shared that before, I have not had an episode of binge eating since May of last year, so we are coming on strong with a little over a year now, which is very exciting. And I have reincorporated workouts in my routine since June of last year. I am trying out a new set of like workouts and everything, and I'm currently doing a little fitness challenge with a fitness coach that I have trained with before. So this is all quite exciting. It's definitely pushing me to limits that I have not pushed myself in a long time, because it's all like HIIT workouts and it's like all high impact, and it makes my little heart accelerate a lot. But it's been really enjoyable, and the community aspect of it all has been amazing. And I obviously had to be very transparent with all of the, you know, creators of the challenge and let them know like, hey, I've been dealing with this thing for a really long time, and they've been really, really supportive through the journey, and basically saying like, hey, not every day is gonna look the same. If maybe one day we're low energy or we didn't eat all our meals, like it's gonna be okay. And so I really love the support group that is coming out of this. It's been a really great journey. And so there's that, a little bit more motivation to work out and do the thing and push ourselves a little extra. And so there's that. We're gonna get started on that workout because it's 9:40, and again, I've got sprints at 11. I did schedule them for 11:15 because I knew I was probably gonna be just a little bit later than usual, but let us get started with the workout. And the first thing we've got to do is actually put our shoes on right, because I currently don't have them on right. I just slipped them on, so we need to get that fixed. We are back from the gym, friends, and I had to rest a little bit because I was sweating balls. It was crazy. My current situation is this because I don't have any gas in my building because they're currently doing gas checks and making sure that there are no gas leaks and everything. So I will be gasless for a solid, now that they've checked, because they've done all the checks already. Now that they've done that, I think like a solid 2 to 3 months, because they did find some leaks that they needed to fix. And so I am working with a single burner and then an air fryer and then a rice cooker and all the things. So we're working with different gadgets this go around. That said, I am cooking lunch right off the go because I have started sprint. It is 11:40 a.m. and I want to make sure that food is made before time gets away from me and I shower and do all the things, so that I have food in the stove and I can just reheat it, eat it, call it good. So we are making some Arabic rice. Need to cook the noodles first before I throw in the rice and everything. So that's the first order of business. And then we're going to make some meat with caramelized onions and tomatoes and all the good stuff. And I am also currently watching Love Island US because one of my patrons, shout out to Tiara, said that I needed to watch this season because it was drama filled and it was so good, especially now that Perfect Match is over. So I'm gonna watch that while I get the food done and cooked, and I'll take you on the journey of cooking and show you the end result. So let's cue the B-roll. party, lunch later, and an everything shower later, and we are here. I am finally sitting down to read and finish Addicted for now. I am exactly 100 pages away from finishing this book. I'm about to start chapter 45, so it is mighty time to sit down and do it. I really love the way that the book has played out and how the second half is getting even more fast-paced, intense, and interesting. I think the first half of the book is really spent into Lily and Lo getting reacquainted with each other after the circumstances and events of books 1 and 2, and especially now with Lo back from rehab and Lily having to portion control her levels of intimacy and self-love and all of the things that she would typically do without the help of therapy and her partner and everything. We are rediscovering the boundaries and the do's and don'ts of this relationship and how things need to work for them to move forward in the most healthy way. And now that we have worked out that part and things were kind of hitting their stride, now things are going to shit, because now we have the drama of the news breaking out of Lily being a sex addict and things kind of getting even more tense by the minute, because now there is no way to keep this specific scenario isolated to just the two of them. Now it's so much more than that. Now it's the world speculations and people lying and the parents being involved and the parents having thoughts and opinions about how they should be handling their business and how they want them to move on from this situation moving forward. And everything goes to shit so quickly that it's very much not, I think, what either of these characters or any of the characters involved were expecting. And I was not expecting for shit to hit the fan that crazily. Do I think that it's realistic? I think parts of it are a little bit crazy and definitely not true or accurate to what I think how things would go in real life. But I think the overall conversation of crucifying women for being hypersexual or crucifying women for being willing to explore their bodies and their sexualities and be intimate with different people, I think that aspect is very much true, which is why I really love the fact that more than each of these characters figuring out how to heal in their own right and together as well, the authors are going about very realistic things that we see play out on an everyday basis. People who are not ashamed of their bodies and, again, exploring with themselves or with other people is often shunned societally, both on a religious level as well as a societal level outside of the context of religion. So I don't think it's unrealistic in the way that people are going after Lily so strongly, when on the flip side, when Lo's news broke out that he was going to rehab, people didn't have nearly as much an issue with it. So it's kind of that double standard, right? When a woman is facing addiction, she is treated very differently than when a man is dealing with addiction. And it does make you question if the roles were reversed. Would the backlash that is coming up right now be the same if she were an alcoholic and Lo was the sex addict? Because I think the answer would be no, it would not be the same. And so I really like it. It's quite interesting. The book is backwards and we now go ahead and we finish it. And after this, I have to figure out what I'll be starting. I don't think the next thing I'll start will be featured in this vlog, because I definitely want to close out this vlog today before it gets too lengthy, because I do want to put this video up on Sunday. And not only the lengthiness of it all, but there are definitely books that I want to talk about in other videos because it fits the thematic a little bit better. So I think today will be the last day of the vlog, but it won't be a bad one, because listen, so far we have done everything. We've gone book shopping, we have been productive. I haven't talked so much about the productivity, from sprints to replying to YouTube comments to putting up a video to doing all these different things. Productivity has been there, to then going to the gym, going about all of the daily tasks. I think it's been really good. So let us finish this book and let's see what Krista and Becca Ritchie will do to wrap up the initial trilogy. And I'm very curious and scared and all the things. Guess who finished a book? Updates for you. I finished Addicted for now, and I am giving it 4 stars. It was really, really good. I think there were parts of it towards the last third that were really overdone. They were a bit redonkulous. It doesn't seem like something that's completely unrealistic, but I think in the way that it was done, it was like very Scooby-Doo villain, and I didn't love it because it was a romance and it felt a little bit unnecessary in the grand scheme of everything else that was going down in the story. So I didn't necessarily love certain bits towards the last third, but overall it was a good time. I really loved the way that it ended and what the characters did, kind of self-development wise and professionally towards the end of the book. I thought it was a very nice and hopeful outlook into whatever is going to happen next. And the next book in the series is Kiss the Sky. I've already read it, but I'm gonna reread it because I also really want to annotate it, hopefully, because I love Rose and Connor so much and I know that that book is so good. And so I'm going to reread Kiss the Sky and it'll hopefully be a fantastic time, just like the first go around. It obviously follows a different sister with her partner. They are rivals to lovers, academic rivals specifically, and I love everything about their dynamic, so I cannot wait to get into that one. I gave that 5 stars when I first read it, so we'll see how I feel about it now. I am headed into Calloway Sisters territory, and Kiss the Sky is the only one I have read out of that series. I have not read the other Rose book, and I have not read either of Daisy's books, so on that end it'll be a first time, but I am very excited to keep on going. It's such a long series, but we're 3 books down, technically 4 books down, so we're getting closer to the end. It's 10 books though, which is crazy. It's a huge commitment. And what I thought we could do is plant a little cat grass. Maybe not the most interesting thing ever, but I again got the pot from FabFitFun and I've been meaning to plant a new one for the cats because my mom killed the last one. She doesn't have a green thumb and she wasn't gentle with the plant and she started ripping them from the root and she mistreated the plant to the point where it died. And I've been saying for a while that I want to repot it, but I think it's past the point of return, 1, and 2, the pot I had previous to this one was not really pretty. It was a very like ugly, like grayish blue, and it was just not aesthetic like this one. And I love that this one does bring its little plate. For some reason, it's harder to find smaller pots here in Panama, at least to the stores that I've gone to that have a plate. I find that bigger pots do, but smaller ones don't. And so I literally, you guys would laugh if you would see it, but I don't want to show you the dead plant because it's really ugly. I literally bought a teapot plate and I put the pot in like on top of the other plate. It looks really ugly. Like there's nothing aesthetically pleasing about it. So let us plant a new one. This is Pet Greens. This is the brand. That's what it's called. This is the one that I use. You're supposed to rip it right here and then everything stays in the bag, which I love. And then you put the bag into the pot and you water the entire soil and then you put the seeds on top. You spray that a few times and then you're good. And you just wait 2 days and it starts growing. And it's super fast and it's amazing. And the cats really love this. They go crazy over it. But again, my mom was not gentle, which honestly, I think it was meant to be because this is prettier, though I could have just taken the bag out of the other one, but it's fine. So we are going to do that. I need to look for my little spray bottle. And what I remember from this, the last time I planted one was a while ago, so I'm gonna have to refresh. What I remember is that I had to, I think, wet the entire soil and get that super wet, and then again the seeds, and then spray, and then just leave it be. I'm pretty sure that's the way that it works because the back part doesn't say anything. And I remember the shop owner told me to punch this like 20 times at the bottom so that it could drain. And so I'll listen to the advice. It was messy last time, so I'll be doing that in my kitchen sink, which will probably get nasty because there's still dishes in there and this is soil, but we'll figure it out. It's gonna be fine. And Vin is clearly excited about it. Friends, I've been editing the video, and upon finishing all of the editing, I have realized I actually don't have an outro for this. So this is the end of the vlog. I know it's a lot shorter than what I typically have been uploading recently, but I hope that it was enjoyable nonetheless. This was truly a desperate attempt at getting a vlog up for you guys as the month wanes on and as we approach the very end of it, and I think it was still a successful one. We are one more book down for the TBR, which is honestly my hope right now, is just to try and finish my TBR as much as I can. this last week of June because I still have 7 books left in my TBR and I want to at least get that number down a little bit more in order to properly renew my TBR by the time that July gets here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed all of these random chit chats and all of the updates on Addicted for Now. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you've been getting up to recently. What have you been reading? Have you read the Addicted Calloway series? Did you enjoy it? It's honestly such a huge journey. I didn't realize how long the journey was up until quite recently. And when I realized the order of books and the amount of books in the series, I was a little bit flabbergasted because it's quite long, but I think so far the payoff has been quite good and I can't wait to get back into Connor and Rose territory in due time. If you reach the very end of the video, let us leave some flower emojis in honor of the Calloway sisters. They're all named after flowers, Rose, Lily, and Daisy, so I think it's only fitting to leave some flower emojis in the comment section if you reach the very end. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already for more content like this, and if you'd like to support the channel further, support a little extra, help keep it afloat and running smoothly, Patreon is always linked down below in case you guys want to join us. You do get tons of perks back, so it's not just support for the sake of support. You will be getting sprints and different live shows like book club discussions and game nights and movie nights and hangouts. Then on top of that, you get book clubs and extra videos and behind the scenes and all of the good stuff. So that is always linked down below alongside the rest of my socials. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one.
Bye!